There's something very special about the programs that we run in the school, and it's very much the aspects of how much the children are involved in the learning process. The children decide on many instances what they want to inquire about, how they want to develop, what they want to look at, because at the end they're all learning the important concepts, they're all learning, gathering the knowledge. And what I've noticed in our program is that the children develop way more than what we thought they could possibly ever could. So they do their own inquiry, they become so involved in wanting to know more because you've engaged them from the first day, from the first moment. You're asking them questions, and this just gets them to start think and to start being, really interested to know more. So in many instances, if you come to our classrooms, you will find that it's actually fully run by the students themselves. What we help them is basically develop the skills they need to get the information that they need. There's a huge load of knowledge that we cannot just cram and spoon feed them. But what we teach these kids is basically where to get it and how to make sense of it and to try to understand how it affects us. So our students go through an inquiry cycle. This inquiry cycle has many stages, and through that inquiry cycle they gather knowledge, they make connection, they sort out this information, they make sense of it, and they eventually make sense and they connect it to the world around them. So also what we do, we never teach anything that we cannot show them in real life. So we go on field trips, we have guest speakers. So even in primary, as early as in the primary school, we're having guest speakers to talk about careers, to talk about life. So very early on, kids start to understand that whatever knowledge we're gathering in the school is basically to make sense of the world around us. And they are leading that discovery, that inquiry. And one thing that I find very, very, very special about our program is the last cycle we go through with the kids. So we go through the finding out, the tuning in, the sorting out, going further, developing all our interests, making use of our strengths and weaknesses to try to understand and to develop more. But the core of it at the end, we have this moment where we come to the point of reflection and action.
I have 3 children in Aris, and my children have been here for the past 10 years. I chose Aris firstly because of the sense of community that I think that children thrive in, being brought up in a collective manner, the collaboration between school and parents, and the fact that parents are welcome in the school, the fact that when you drop your child, you have this sense that you have left a child in a safe environment. This was the first thing that drew me to Aris. And the second thing that drew me to Aris was the quest for improvement, constant progress, constant wanting to be better than what they were before. So these 2 things were the reasons why I came to Aris and why I stayed with Aris. Positive results that I've noticed in my children are the fact that they take the classroom out of the school and into their everyday life. Subjects don't just end in books and in classrooms, but they have an impact in your everyday life. And the fact that that connection is made in the school between what subjects you learn and what happens in daily life. So I would say that that's something I truly appreciate about the education system that Aris runs. The learning environment is a conducive environment for children to gain knowledge, to learn respect for themselves and for each other. For my children, I would say that they enjoy coming to school. For you to learn something, you have to want to learn it. There's a saying that you can take the horse to a river, but you can't make the horse to drink. So you can send your kids to school, but if they do not enjoy being in that environment, if they do not have the quest for knowledge, they would go quite all right and not learn anything. But at Aris, the children are encouraged to, have that quest for knowledge and then enjoy learning. So with that, when children come to school and want to learn, then they will get some knowledge imparted in them.
I love Aris. The school has a clear vision, clear mission, and the imagination. And if school has the imagination, that is the place where you can see a lot of development. Every bit of my day and time, I enjoy working with this group of people. Here, the students are really amazing. They're always eager to learn. The administration is very, very fantastic. They're always supportive and they're always thinking of something to do better each and every day. Every moment, whenever and whatever the way I spend, I feel like that I'm doing something over here. So I love Aris.
Also have some strategies such as differentiation to allow every child, every student, according to his level in his class, to make sure that whatever is given to them, all of them can find a way out to the solution.
So what I like most about teaching the IB DP program, Spanish Ab Initio to be precise, has to do with the room it gives the students one to explore the language. Not only the grammatical aspect, but also the culture, because you definitely can't learn a language without the culture. Other programs give you room to explore basically just the grammar and the academic aspect, but IB gives you more room to do much more. Looking at the background of my students, the students that I teach, I can't go into the classroom with a conservative mindset. I need to be very open-minded, welcome their views, and respect their opinions.
So the most important thing the PYP has taught me is flexibility. It has taught me how to adapt not only my lessons and even in everyday life, the social aspect of our school community. We've learned how to adapt to different situations and to learn from the students as well. So I believe, yes, that is the most important thing that PYP has taught me, flexibility.
Aris is not just a school, it's a family, it's a community, it's a place where we all feel like we belong. And the program is very inclusive. So children with many disabilities and challenges are all welcome here, and teachers are able to differentiate onto their levels, and the children all feel like they're special. And it makes everyone feel they're special and unique and, you know, respected and part of this community. And so if you ask me why Aris, I would say why not Aris? Because it's a place where you will feel like you belong, you're in a family, you're in a community, and, you know, everything about you is loved and you feel respected.
So we teach our kids very early on that anything I hear about, anything I learn about, I have to think about it. I have to think about it in what way it can affect me, it can affect my friends, it can affect my family, my community, my school. And then I think, so what do I want to do about it? I think we all went through this educational system where all we were required to do was, you know, read and write and just memorize and, you know, just basically spit out whatever the teachers told us to do. For us, it doesn't work here. What we want is for the kids to gather the concepts, to understand how the world works, how we express ourselves as a community, how we are all interlinked, how we are all part of a global community, how everything we do, it does not only affect me, but my brothers, my sisters, my family, the community I live in, the global world I live in. And my final point in everything I learn, I have to develop actions. Knowledge has no sense and no value if it is not linked to action. So what am I going to do about when I know about all of that? How am I going to change it? How am I going to change the world? And this is one of the main things we tell our kids. They have the power to change. They have the power of change. And we want them to use that, not only now, but for the future, for our own future.